Always a few holdouts, aren't there? They can't get with the crowd. That's very nice. You know what worries me?
What?
Well, they're sitting here applauding me. I have a feeling there's somebody out in the parking lot siphoning gas out of my tank.
Yes. Oh.
It's, incidentally, if you don't like the monologue tonight, don't impeach me. I refuse to quit. There is a gas shortage. Did you know
Yes.
that? Are you
Very
people,
much.
how many of you are from out of state, driven your own cars out here? Yeah. A lot of California gas stations, as you probably know, are closing down this weekend in protest, I guess, over what? The price freeze or phase 4 or whatever it is. So I suggest you fill up your tank and empty your bladder before you hit the road. I'm not sure if this is an audience or another one of Donald Segretti's dirty tricks. Have you been following the latest with?
Yes.
They have Mr. Segretti now. And he's a young man. He's only about, what, 32?
32.
And he is the one who assumes responsibility for a lot of the so-called dirty tricks in the campaign. And today, the committee wanted to subpoena his papers. And he said he didn't have any. And they said, well, maybe, did you destroy them? And Segretti says he wasn't important enough to have a paper shredder, but he fed them to Yule Gibbons. I did. Well, what else is in the news today? Oh, Dr. Kissinger, the new Secretary of State, is making another trip. Did you know that? Do you know where he's going this time? Back to Peking. Yeah, it's a very important mission. He's working out some kind of a trade deal, a scientific exchange, and then he's seeking relations also with the Dragon Lady, I understand. Well, let's see. This is just kind of a get-acquainted spot, and I feel you don't know what's happening in the news. Did you know
What's
how much...
happening?
What?
What's happening?
I'm just thinking, what's happening? Do you know how much income tax President Nixon paid in the year 1970? $792. You're close. Thank you, sir. He did, and he paid $878 in 1971. The President of the United States makes $200,000 a year, but actually, he had a lot of legitimate deductions. He wouldn't have paid any tax at all, but the Internal Revenue disallowed Agnew as a loss. Oh, he could have written the whole thing off. You been watching any of the new television shows this season?
Yes.
Say you have, because
I have.
A couple of jokes.
Yes, I have. I stay... Every night I'm home glued to my television
Tell me
set.
quick, one new show you've seen.
I've seen, what's it, Diana. I've seen Diana, and I've seen Lots of Luck.
Very good.
Yes.
Very
What
good.
else have I seen? That's
It's
fun.
not the most exciting season.
No.
NBC is very excited. They got a mid-season replacement already coming up called Owen Welby. He's a lawyer doctor. They're trying everything. And this way, you see, he can represent himself in his own malpractice suits. It's a new thing to have going. Did you see or read or hear about, or maybe you have it with you?
Is this a multiple choice?
That's right. Choose one of the above. Incredible item from the paper in Denver. There's a football fan back in Denver, the Denver Broncos. The man, this was in the paper, became so despondent because his team lost last weekend, he tried to kill himself, took out a gun, and he missed. He did not kill himself. Now that's... I wish Howard Cosell would take football that seriously. I mean, Here's another, in New York City, there's a new trend in nightclub entertainment. Nightclubs are not doing well all over the country. You know that? And there's a place in New York called group therapy. And instead, it's true, and instead of a comic coming out, people go there and they ask the psychotherapist questions. Most of them sexual in nature, and they sit and ask questions and the psychotherapist answers. That's the new form of entertainment. Isn't that right? Coming out now, Jackie Freud. See, instead of the normal comic, it would be Jackie Freud.
You told us that whole story for that line?
I knew when I was into it. I was in trouble, but I had no way to get out. I could start a whole new trend. You know, Joyce Brothers could team up with Steve Rossi, and it would be a whole new thing, Brothers from Rossi. Okay, I want to move along quickly. I do have one more. You like this, don't I? From Boston. It's true, in the paper. Wild item. They had a baboon escaped at the Boston airport. Yeah, running all over the terminal. They had a wild chase for hours. And baboons are mean. And it was incredible. What happened, the baboon went to Hertz, rented a matador. And last they saw him, he was going out of town. It was, weird. Knows how casual I can stand here in the face of adversity? Come in. Where did it say I was finished? God, look at the guys. You know, don't you? Okay, thank you for coming. We'll be right with you. Now, I forgot to mention. Sure. I forgot to mention, I saw the guys with the horns up, and they weren't going to put them down. They knew I was finished. I forgot to tell you who's on the show tonight.
Yeah.
Peter Falk is with us, Robert Klein, Victoria Principal, Jerry Granger, and a lady who is a champion. Is she a champion?
Yes, the champion.
Champion pancake flipper?
Right.
Sure, you didn't think you're going to see anything tonight, huh? Her name is Linda Monteleone,
Yes.
and she is from, I think, from England. Is she not? She's not from England.
From Arizona. But that's
Come
close.
on, wait a minute.
That's close. She's from Arizona. Good friend of Jackie Freud's.
Well, she's going to come here and flip for you. Right after a word from one of our sponsors. We'll be right back. Word.